Again guys, welcome to another Qpython 3 tutorial. Today's video we're going to be talking about tuples. Now what tuples are in Python are basically the same thing as lists, but the only difference is that a tuple cannot be changed. Now when you make a tuple in Python, you simply make a list, but you're not using square brackets this time. You can use parentheses or just store them as raw strings and separate them by commas. Let me show you guys how to make tuples. Now let's just call this first one tuple1, and let's set it equals to, now you can use just parentheses like I've said before, and let's use what should we use? Let's use subjects. So I'm just going to call the first one math. I'm going to call the second one, let's say chem, for chemistry. I'm calling the third one maybe ink for English. Now once you've done that, you can also add this stuff at the end. It's a semicolon. Now what this does is basically end your tuple, but your code still works fine if you do not add this stuff. So I'm just going to add it for clearance and just click on this enter to go to the next line. Now let's just make another tuple. Let's call this tuple2 and set this equal to this is another way of making tuples for your information, guys. This is another way. So you can just say a. Now what I'm doing is I'm storing this as strings, but I'm separating them with commas. You can also do this with integers and floats, like I've said before. It's different data types. It always works in different cases. Now let's say store this as a, b, maybe k. Like I said before, you can use this if you want. If you do not want, you can leave it. Now once you've done that, it's done. Now when making tuples like list before, you know how we say lists or listy equals let's make a list of just one item and say b or b, and once you've done that, you can just click enter and say listy 0 is equal to let's say h. Now click enter. You notice that when I try to print out my listy, sorry for that, print out my listy, I get the h. That's because listy 0, which is the only item in the list, has now been changed to h. But when I try to do this with the tuple, look at what it gives me. Tuple 0 is equal to, let's change it to another subject, like I can't think of any other subject, so I'm just going to call this blah blah. Yeah, so when I click enter, it gives me the error tuple object does not support item assignment. That is because a tuple cannot be changed. When you make a tuple, that's just it. You cannot change it. But if you feel that the tuple is no longer in need, you can always delete it and make another one. So when I say delete and say tuple1, it's done. Tuple1 is now deleted. So when I say print tuple1, look at what it gives me. Basically, tuple1 is not defined because tuple1 no longer exists. That's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to get more of our future videos, because I'll be uploading a lot of Python tutorials. Thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys in our next tutorial.